Hi boys and girls, today we're going to do a special reading activity. I think we're going to have one of these each week until the end of the year. Now there's lots of steps, so you're going to have to shut off your video in between each step. You're going to need this paper with the two little birds and this paper, and all it says at the top is my sentences. Now I have a whole bunch of these in your kits, and in the back, behind these with the same paper clip, there are several of these. So, this one, and then take out one of these. Okay. Now, the first thing we're going to do is you are going to cut out each one of these, and we're going to lay them on the table. So I'm going to turn off my video, and I'm going to cut them on the lines, just like that. Come back when you're all ready. Okay, I finished my cutting. So right here, I have the big one with the birds and then all of the little papers. Now parents, cutting is not the most important part of this as far as the language arts portion goes. But the reality is, at this point in the year, a child should be able to cut these out all by themselves. If you find that you are still assisting them, make sure that anytime you pick up a pair of scissors, your child is cutting. If they stop working, you stop working. It's one thing to help them, but please don't cut them all out for them. Developing those fine motor skills is very important, and those muscles. So they need to do the cutting themselves. If this time you find that they're cutting just this and you're getting all of these, remind them that the next time they're going to cut this and one more, and you will keep cutting. So we want to build up their endurance because they will need that. All right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take out the big card right here. See if you can read it. Look at the picture. What's there? Two birds. Very good. So let's look at these words. Oh, sight words. I can see. Must be two birds. Very good. I'm going to put mine up here because then I can see it. And here I have all my other cards with words on them. And I'm going to try to stick them up here all over the place. Now what you should be doing, boys and girls, is you should have a spot where you could spread these out. Okay? Isn't that funny? I have one with just a dot on it. Why would there be a dot? That's right, it's the period, and you need that in your sentence. So there are all my words, all set. And now what I want to do is build this sentence. So the first word is I. You're going to find I. I'm putting magnets so they'll stay. I can. Can you find the word can? Can. Leave some space. I can see. I can see. I can see two. I can see two. Sorry. Birds. And then at the very end of my sentence, oh goodness. Sorry guys, my magnets are not good. Two birds. And at the end of my sentence, I will put my period, just like that. I can see two birds. Perfect. This is where it says my sentences. All right? Another magnet would have been good. I will use this strip here. I can see two birds. That's when we take out our pencil. We start way over at the far end, and we're going to practice our writing. It's a big word. You know what? I'm going to use a marker so you can see it. All right? I starts at the top and pull down, across the top. Then we have to leave space. Sometimes I put my finger there to remember. It's a finger space. K and N. Lowercase letters. Finger space. The next word is see. I can see, finger space, two. T-W-O. I can see two birds. Finger space. Bird. Birds. And then at the end, my period. I can see two birds. Now the cool thing about this is you can keep this paper, and next week when we do a new sentence you could write it here, or you can just use a different one if you want. What I would say is I would scoop up all the pieces and see if you have an envelope to put them in. And moms and dads, this is something that you can adjust for your child. The way I just did it with the words and trying to find it is for kids that are just beginning. If you want to mix up all of the words sometime and ask them to build a sentence, they can use the clues like it starts with a capital letter, ends with a period. If you say, take these words, they're all mixed up, and write the sentence, I can see two birds. Challenge them to put that in without having a model to look at. Not all today, but I would keep these. Keep these in an envelope, and you could even glue this sign on the outside of the envelope. Then they'll have this little package that they can work on to put them together. Another thing that's kind of neat, they can read it when it's in context like this with a picture. But what if you mix up the words? And I'm mixing these up. What if you hold up one word at a time? Two. Are you doing it with me, boys and girls? Can. I. Birds. What's this? A period. C. They can use them for other things too, but I would like to keep them together, pull them out later, and challenge them, because the first step is reading it in context with the picture to make sense. Reading them all mixed up, completely different skill. You could even do dictation with them. You could say, write the word C. Or tell me the letters. How do you spell C? S-E-E. See if they remember it. There's lots of ways to make this a little more. Now the other thing is, if they have written their sentence independently, and you can see that they put in some capital letters where they shouldn't have been, or whatever, you could write it correctly here and then have them do the corrections. So that's why it's nice to have all of these here. Another, what if you gave them this paper? What if I wanted you to write, I can see two cats? I bet I could do that. Just looking at this, are you ready? I want it to say, I can see two cats. Well, most of the words are the same, aren't they? I can, there's my space, see two cats. Always tap it. Cats. K-at-s. Cats. K. See? Remember how we switch it? K-a-a. K-at. T. It's not two cat. It's two cats. What letter? S. Very good. So now they have changed one word. Okay? I can see two birds. I can see two cats. What if we changed it to 6? I can see 6 cats. Wow. So if your child is really interested in this, they can even work independently. You could dictate the sentence, or 6. They could write the number word if they don't know it, or 6. 6. Or they could just take their paper and use what they know to change the word 6 cats. I could do that. Or what did I write, boys and girls? I can see 6 dogs. I can see 6 dogs. So, depending what level your child is at will depend how far this goes. And like I said, I have a different one for each week now, and we're going to do a lot with it. So, what I'd like to see is I would like to see your child write the sentence. And if you want to show me more, I'll be here. Have fun, boys and girls.